Welcome everyone to a new video of Share Marketing. Today we are going to discuss how to create a brand book for our business. So you've heard of the brand book, but you do not know how to get started with yours. Let me explain. A brand book is a guideline that contains all the strategies and business needs. We can also call it a brand style guide. The brand guidelines can be divided into two basic branches: style and design technicalities, which can also be understood as the visual and textual languages of the brand. Needless to say, this is a blueprint for all sorts of actions of your company. Studies show that businesses that follow these guidelines generate more revenue than others. All major brands will have a guideline like this. Also, this gives your brand integration and continuity. Let's take a look at what things should be in a brand book: brand logo, brand name, brand story, brand language, color schemes, icons, images, font sizes, and style variations. The list goes on and on. The brand communicates visually with people through design. Therefore, everything from colors to brand language should appeal to our targeted audience. Basic tips. You can create your brand book in any way, deep or basic. It is better to have more details in the guideline, as it will not be difficult in the future. But make sure not to confuse the reader with unnecessary information. Include only the required data. Include all the technical aspects of designing to understand the work done by the old designers when the new designers come. This is an area that requires a lot of time and effort. This makes it easier for employees to work, saves time, and thus reduces risk. Also allows you to remain perfectly consistent with all logos, icons, and colors. Devote a section to mention the do's and don'ts. By doing so, we can prevent people from making unnecessary changes to the existing design. Remember to maintain consistency in the brand book from beginning to end. After scrutinizing, remove any component that is not related to your brand immediately. The logo. A logo is the sum of your brand's history, purposes, and values. Therefore, before creating a logo, one should always choose a logo that creates a positive and memorable experience in the minds of the people. Keep the same in mind when choosing a brand name. Also, be careful that the colors and shapes used in the logo do not become obsolete when the trends change. Make the logo simple and clear, without the use of eye-hurting colors and without the use of excessive drawings in a way that people can never grasp. To get more ideas, do a search for the stories behind the logos of various famous brands. For example, Amazon. The icons. Although the icons are small in appearance, they add to the overall experience that clients get when interacting with our company. At the same time, they have the harmony and credibility of our brand. It is imperative to have your entire iconography in the manual, and we need to have a full understanding of where and how to use each icon. Just like this, focus on the icons in the apps you use as well. Also, note what parameters need to be followed when creating new icons. Never forget that even the smallest details are big for those who interact with us. The images. Be sure to include a few pages of examples of imagery that reflect the company's history, messages, products, and services. If possible, include images that people responding positively to your brand. A successful brand book will create a meaningful connection with customers. Brand story. Each brand will initially be just an idea. That is what comes to completion later. It is a story of a long journey. If we can tell people this story in a very short and simple way, it will not be difficult for them to feel a connection when interacting with our brand. It's a process like getting to know a person closely. Brand values. Your brand value is what your company stands for. This is not just for the customer to understand. This also applies to those who work for your organization, because these values should be reflected in all the work they do for your brand. There is no point in showing values only in external matters. It is the sincerity and morals of the employees that are reflected on the outside through their day-to-day work. Brand language. How do you think your brand should communicate with this world? Whether to speak formally with professionalism or to speak as warmly and informally as a friend does, you can choose which method you want, simultaneously setting the tone in which you like the world to communicate with the brand. Font. Not only the colors but also the fonts you choose to write the words have the potential to impress the audience. With a large range of fonts available, it will not be difficult to choose a font that suits your brand. In this section in your brand book should be marked with exactly what kind of fonts are required for websites, pages, and posters. You should identify at least 2 fronts: a primary typeface to be used for the body text and a secondary typeface for the headlines. As with other sections, this can be as complex and detailed as you need, or basic and to the point. Color schemes. The selection of colors is crucial. The governance of color palettes in the design of everything, including logos and icons, is inevitable. The only way to succeed is to keep it simple. Choose up to 5 colors, although 3 is ideal. These should be a base, an accent, and a neutral. The main color will be the most predominant color of your brand. With the accent will be a complementary shade that is used with the base to create extra visual interest, and the neutral will be used for backgrounds. The following methods can make the task of choosing colors easier. Monochromatic shades: 1 color and some other slight variations in the shade of this same color. Complementary colors: colors directly opposite each other in the color wheel create a vibrant effect through contrast, like red and green or yellow and purple. Triad: colors that form a triangle in the color wheel also create contrast and visual interest. Analogous: colors that are close to each other in the color wheel, such as yellow, orange, and red. When deciding which colors you want your brand to be associated with, take into account color theory and the psychological effects. Everything mentioned so far must be included in your brand book. A brand guide or brand book is not only a condensed paper or electronic version of the brand. The brand book is the soul of a company. Without it, no brand will last long. When you think of making a brand guide, you may find it overwhelming. In my opinion, it is quite natural. Success is guaranteed if we do it carefully. There is nothing wrong with seeking the help of experts before building a brand guide. If mistakes are made, they can be corrected with their advice. Thank you for watching this video. We will make more videos to help your business like this. Please subscribe to our channel to get all of them without fail.